Hey there, everybody. Pete Pardo here from Sea of Tranquility. Welcome to another episode. It's day 13 of albums that are 40 years old in 2022 as we look back and talk about and finalize and list our favorite 28 albums from 1982, released in 1982 across all genres, 28 days of February, 28 favorites from 1982. I'll be talking about mine. You'll be listing yours in the comments below. Each and every day a different pick. Today, on day 13, an album released April 10th in the UK, April 19th in the US, released on the Chrysalis label, produced by Paul Samwell Smith. I'm talking about the 14th studio album from the great Jethro Tull, Broadsword and the Beast. Isn't that one of the greatest covers of all time? Just amazing. I always love this cover. This is a pretty fun album. I like this album quite a bit. I like this album more as time goes on. We did a episode of this album in a album war on In the Prog Seat a couple weeks ago, going up against Rush Signals, two pretty notable prog albums from 1982. Ian Anderson on lead vocals, flute, acoustic guitar, a little bit of synth. Martin Barr on electric and acoustic guitar. David Pegg, bass guitar, mandolin, backing vocals. Peter John Vitesse, or Vitesse, however he says his name. Keyboards, piano, synthesizer, backing vocals, and Jerry Conway on drums and percussion. Engineered by none other than Robin Black, and the artwork done by Jim Gibson. Very cool album. Again, probably, this is an era of Tull. When we talk about Jethro Tull here on the channel, Jethro Tull is a band of eras. There always seems to be these kind of periods and transitions into different style, different sounds. So this comes after what many consider their great kind of like folk, rock, prog era, which is Songs from the Wood, Heavy Horses, and drawing a complete blank. Holy cow, Stormwatch. Jesus. There was that trio of albums. That Stormwatch kind of like was the bridge into the early 80s with A and this album. And then you had, Under Wraps, okay, which were more of the electronic albums. Lots of synthesizers, right? Very early 80s sounding. Then that would move into kind of a more back to basics approach for Roots to Branches, Crest of the Knave, and Rock Island, right, and then into some of the '90s stuff, right. But definitely, it always seems to me, for me anyway, that Jethro Tull is like a kind of like a band that has like trio of albums that are in similar veins before they move on to something else. So this is right in the middle of that kind of like early '80s electronic, very synth heavy period, but great songs on here. Great songs on here. I mean, Beastie is terrific. The Clasp is regal and majestic. Fall on Hard Times, kind of bluesy, right? Flying Colors, big, bright, up-tempo. Lots of great synths, right? Slow Marching Band. I love Slow Marching Band. It's kind of moody, atmospheric, very emotional, right? Great vocal from Ian. Broadsword, the title track. Great song. Pussy Willow. Love that song. Very catchy. Watching Me, Watching You, very kind of like synth-heavy track. Seal Driver, good rocker. Good riffs from Martin on that one. Then you got the Grand Majestic Cheerio. Also noteworthy for this particular album were all of these great album tracks, or great songs that were also recorded during the sessions, never released on the original album. Jethro Tull is notorious for doing that. Ian and the boys always went into the studio and recorded way more than they needed. And then in the end, they were kind of like, all right, we'll take this, that, and that. And those were just going to kind of keep in the vaults. We're going to kind of keep those aside. In some instances, they would release them on various compilation albums or reissues. You get a few, but as we've seen in recent years with the Jethro Tull box sets, it's like generally Ian has a couple of other things hidden up his sleeve that he has held on to for all these years from those sessions. When we've seen some great stuff like on the Stormwatch box set and a few others where it's like, holy crap, where are those three songs been all these years, right? So on the reissue of this, the remaster of this, which came out, oh boy, I don't even remember when this came out, a number of years ago, you have Jack Frost and the Hooded Crow. Some of these, like I said, have shown up on various box sets, but just goes to show you the strength of the not used songs from the original album that kind of were left off And a lot of these are just as good as what's on the album, right? Jack Frost and the Hooded Crow. Jacqueline is absolutely terrific. And there's a couple versions that have been floating around there. There's one that's more of like an acoustic version of Jacqueline, then the other one, which is the full-on band version, which I personally think is amazing. You got Mayhem Maybe, you got Too Many Two, Overhang, Rhythm and Gold, I Am Your Gun, Down at the End of Your Road. I mean, that's a whole album's worth right there that did not make the Broadsword album. So in the box set that's coming up of Broadsword and the Beast, a couple months, I think. From what I understand, you're going to get all of these either remixed and remastered, depending on, I'm not sure about all the specifics and all the specs yet, but I'm sure Ian has a couple of other things that he's been holding on to all these years that from these sessions that he's going to be releasing on the box set. So it's just crazy when you think about it. I don't know any other band in rock that has so many unreleased tracks that have been sitting in the vaults that are just really, really good quality songs, as good as, if not better than, some of the stuff that made the regular albums. That's, not all bands did that. Some bands would go into the studio for a new record. They had the 8 or 9 or 10 songs they were going to work on. That's it. Not everybody was a Jethro Tull that, like, all right, we're going to go make a 45-minute album, but we actually have 90 minutes worth of material, right? And they record it all, give every single piece that sense of attention, just like all the other ones. And at the end of the day, they say, okay, well, we got too many. We'll choose these. We'll hold on to these for later. Because a lot of us fans, we like that. Hold on to things for later stuff, right? So, yeah. Anyway, Broadsword and the Beast is my pick for today, day 13. Right? It's day 13? Yes, day 13. So, yeah, let us know what you think about Jethro Tull, Broadsword, and the Beast. A great one. And list your pick for day 13 in the comments below. And while you're at it, visit us on the web at www.seaoftranquility.org. We're on Facebook, we're on Twitter, of course, we're here on YouTube, all together, all the damn time. Stay tuned for another one of these tomorrow morning as we start off the work week, day 14, 9 a.m. You'll get one of these, another pick from 1982, Hudson Valley Squares. That evening, Tuesday in the Prog Seat, Wednesday new album review day. We've got coming up next week, we've got reviews of the brand new Saxon, the brand new Praying Mantis, the brand new Earthless, the brand new Ilium. Lots of stuff going on. Some cool stuff coming in, right? Thursday is the Monsters Den. Friday morning at the Funhouse with Martin Popoff. Saturday is the UK Connection with Simon Bray and Stephen Reed. And then Sunday, album homework assignment. We got a good one for next week. Well, actually, you'll be seeing the current one coming up today, later this morning, which has got Jason Morris and Chuck Alvarez. And then a week from today, you've got Ken Golden from the Laser's Edge going head-to-head with Steve Feigenbaum from Wayside Music and Cuneiform Records. So those two guys know each other a long time. They have a really interesting relationship. So I thought it would be great to get them together to do an album homework assignment. So that's coming up next week, so a week from today. So as you can see, lots of content happening. So please subscribe if you haven't already and click on that notification bell so you don't miss a single video. We've got the link below to our Ko-Fi page if you want to make a channel donation, as well as the link to our merch page. We've got all sorts of cool Sea of Tranquility stuff for sale there, so go get yourself something to wear proudly and help spread the word of the Sea of Tranquility Nation. And thanks for watching, and we'll see you in a little bit with album homework assignment. Take care. Bye-bye.